Rio Ferdinand has heaped praise on Levi Colwill ahead of Chelsea's clash with Burnley on Saturday afternoon. The 20-year-old defender played a crucial role for Mauricio Pochettino's side in the Blues' 2-0 win over Fulham on Monday night. Colwill, who was heavily linked with an exit from Stamford Bridge in the summer following a meteoric rise while on loan at Brighton, provided the assist which saw Mykhailo Mudryk put Chelsea ahead. He found the Ukraine international with a brilliant cross into the box, further evidencing his excellent range of passing for a centre-half. Speaking to Rising Ballers, Ferdinand insisted that Colwill has a huge opportunity to become a key fixture in the Three Lions backline. The Cobham graduate, who led the England under-21s to European Championship glory in the summer, has been called up to the senior squad on numerous occasions, but he's yet to be handed his debut. At the start of August this year, Colwill signed a new deal with the West Londoners, keeping him at his boyhood club until at least 2029. Football.London understands that the youngster had been subject to several bids from Brighton, who looked to bring him back to the Amex Stadium on a permanent basis after impressing last season on loan. Let us start with a quick disclaimer because it is needed. Eden Hazard should not be returning to Chelsea in a playing capacity in any shape or form. It needs saying with Hazard more than with others simply due to who he is and what he means. Very few figures in football are able to conjure the feels that he can bring out of supporters en masse. He is, all things considered, a unique case and someone whose circumstances align with logic to dictate just why a homecoming needs to be out of the equation. Taking emotion out of things, and with Hazard it is near impossible to do such a thing, this is a 32-year-old Crockett winger with 7 goals in 4 years. This Hazard, the one without a club having ended his 5-year contract with Real Madrid 12 months early, is not even close to the 2015-16 Hazard that flopped in the midst of a calamitous season at Stamford Bridge. The Belgian is shot of confidence, of form, of the electricity that sparked his career. He has been left to rot on the bench at Santiago Bernabeu, and the man left behind is not one ready to compete or offer anything tangible to a side fighting for a return to the top. Chelsea could reportedly target former player Alvaro Morata when the transfer window reopens. According to Calciomercato, Alvaro Morata is one striker who Chelsea could go after if they cannot land Juventus' Dusan Vlahovic. Atletico Madrid signed Morata from Chelsea permanently back in 2019, with the Spaniard joining Diego Simeone's side in a £58.3 million deal. Things did not end well between the two parties. In an interview with Goal, Morata admitted that he did not feel loved by the club's supporters. "I didn't quite feel loved or appreciated by the club or the fans," the 30-year-old said. Morata returning to Stamford Bridge would stun everyone. Do Chelsea need a new striker? Probably. They have not scored enough goals this season, while Nicholas Jackson and Armando Broja are still quite young and inexperienced centre forwards. However, Morata is just not the answer to the Blues' problems. The Spain international was not prolific enough during his time in West London and did not seem to enjoy his time there. In 72 appearances, the Atletico star only managed to score 24 goals. At 30, he is also not getting any younger. All in all, then, it would be a surprise if there was anything in this rumor about Morata becoming a potential target. It is hard to imagine either party wanting the other one. Chelsea are reportedly positioned at the head of the queue to sign Napoli striker Victor Osimhen in 2024. The Nigeria international was one of the most in-demand marksmen on the summer market this year, having fired Napoli to the Serie A title with a league-high 26 goals in 32 matches. All of Chelsea, Manchester United and Paris Saint-Germain were believed to be weighing up moves for Osimhen, only to be priced out of a move for the former Lille man. As a result, Osimhen remained in Naples to spearhead the Partenopei's Scudetto defense, but his long-term future was plunged into serious doubt due to a recent social media scandal. Last month, the official Napoli TikTok account posted 2 bizarre videos appearing to mock Osimhen, one of which compared him to a coconut while the other made light of his penalty miss against Bologna with a high-pitched voice dubbed over the top. Osimhen's representative threatened legal action against the Italian champions, who did not formally apologize to the 24-year-old but instead affirmed that they never intended to offend their star striker with the now-deleted posts. Osimhen has remained one of the first names on the team sheet for head coach Rudy Garcia amid the saga and a recent spat with the manager, having come to verbal blows with Garcia after being substituted in the aforementioned Bologna showdown. The right side is less densely populated, and moves for Axel Disasi or even a fit Trevoh Chalobah to fullback would be more uncomfortable than Colwill shifting across. Gusto is not yet eligible to return to the team, having only served 2 of his 3-game suspension following a red card against Aston Villa, and James is a near-comical mixture of injured and now suspended himself. The 24-year-old, new club captain, has followed in the footsteps of Nicholas Jackson and Raheem Sterling in finding ways to pick up punishment outside of fouls. He has been fined and banned for 1 match after aiming some foul-mouthed jibes at the officials following the 1-0 loss to Villa, a game he was out of through injury anyway. The suspension means that any hopes of a pre-international break return are out of the window. Pochettino, though, has found an unlikely answer to the problem. Initially a surprise against Brighton, Marc Cucurella's new calling as a right-back has saved Chelsea some extra tinkering. Having not played a single minute of league action, he started against Fulham and put in a second solid showing in a row. Rolling out a defensive performance that of Azpilicueta, a pioneer of playing on the wrong side of defense, Cucurella was able to lock down Fulham's most dangerous area of the pitch. Chelsea head coach Mauricio Pochettino has allayed fears that Mykhailo Mudryk and Moises Caicedo could miss upcoming games through injuries suffered against Fulham on Monday night. The Blues won the West London Derby to collect just their second Premier League victory of the season and also snap an almost 18-month streak of failure to beat teams above them in the table. Mudryk, who has struggled more than most since joining Chelsea in a big-money transfer from Shakhtar Donetsk, scored his first goal for the club. There was also one for homegrown striker Armando Broja on his first start since returning from long-term injury. Having scored the opening goal 18 minutes in, Mudryk went off at halftime. Broja also left the game just after the hour mark, although he quickly told TalkSport it was precautionary. Caicedo eventually limped off deep into stoppage time near the end of the contest. "I hope with Mykhailo it's not a big issue, because he felt something in the first half," Pochettino said, via the Evening Standard. "I hope it is nothing and he'll be available for Saturday against Burnley. It's something in his quad in the first half. He didn't feel comfortable playing."